everyone, thank you for watching. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with a review / demo on the new Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Now to start off, this foundation is amazing. I love the coverage, I love the finish, I love the longevity. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. At first, I strongly disliked this foundation because I'm gonna be honest, I just went ham with it. I just got like 3 pumps or 4 pumps, I'm not sure. I got like 3 pumps and just started putting it on my face. Supposedly blended in myself with the beauty blender and I was good. And I tried to set it in with the powder. It was too much foundation in my face, or either it was too much foundation in my face or I didn't know how to blend it good enough. But it started caking up on my pore area, and it started caking up, like creasing where my lines are at. My you know, where you get your lines are here. So I was like, oh my god, this foundation is horrible. And I was really disappointed because it was my first high-end foundation I ever bought, right? So then I was like, I'm gonna give it another try. So what I did is I started with 1 pump and I did one side of my face and it was super nice. And then I started with the second pump and I did the other side of my face and it was amazing. I was like, it was my fault. I did not know how to use the product at first. So for this foundation, you can either use a brush or a beauty blender. It doesn't really matter. I like to go with the brush and then the beauty blender. I went in with the e.l.f. powder brush. Now this is supposed to be a powder brush, but I didn't like it. It's too harsh for powder. I really liked it as a foundation brush. It works wonders. I love how the application. But this is a great foundation. The finish is like semi matte, not semi matte. It's like what do you call that? Satin finish? A satin finish? Let me turn off the AC. It's not working out for me. It's like a satin finish, and you know, it's full coverage, but it does really depend on how good you build it up. Because at first layer, if you have like severe acne scarring, it's not really gonna work out. I mean, it's not obvious, but if you have severe acne scarring with 1 layer, you're gonna have to go back with a concealer or a second layer. But like I said, you gotta know how to blend it in pretty well, because I don't know how to blend it in pretty well, as you can see, and I got all caked up. Now a lot of girls were asking me if this foundation gives you a cakey finish. No, it doesn't. It's really true how it gives you like a skin-like finish. I like this foundation for those days that I don't feel like wearing much makeup. So what I usually do is going with the BB cream, going with the cream blush, like some falsies and liner, and that's it, and I'm good for the day. This is the type of foundation that if you put 1 layer, it does give you a skin-like finish. Like it looks, you know what it looks like? It looks like your moisturized skin, but better. It gives you like that nice not greasy feeling, but you know when you moisturize, you have a nice moisturizer and it sinks like it's, you know, your face just, you know, takes it all in, like it sinks in, and then that feeling that you get afterwards, it's not like greasy, but it's like that moisturized feeling, but not too moisturized. This is nice. This is nice foundation for like those days that you just you don't want to go with a lot of makeup. Now I also added this foundation to my usual routine, which is like I powder up, I bronze, I put highlighters, I put correctors, and it's a great foundation to go with it too. So in a little bit I'm gonna demonstrate to you how I apply this foundation, the finish it gave me, how it felt. It's a really nice foundation, you guys. And then I got a few questions to some girls saying if it was good with oily skin. Now this foundation does not claim to you know, keep you from getting oilier, but it is an oil-free foundation, which means it doesn't worsen your case. So I have wore this foundation from 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. which is like my whole hour shift. Anyways, and I've noticed, usually I have combination skin. Usually I get oily in my T-zone. I've noticed that I only got my oily right around my nose area, Bella, and not on my T-zone. So I guess that's a good sign. It does depend on if you powder or not. This foundation though, I am gonna say, I feel like if you have like lines like me, I feel like if you don't want to put powder on your whole face, you're gonna have to put at least a little bit of powder on the where your lines are at, because it could crease. It looks like this foundation that could kind of like, you know, settle in your lines. There is no foundation that will not settle in your lines. That's already proven. But this foundation will settle in, like, you know, will kind of crease, especially like right here where your you know, where your eyelid folds or whatever. So you're gonna have to sit in that part with powder. Now if you have dry skin, you will have no problem with this. If you have combination to oily skin, you're gonna have to use powder or else it's not gonna work out. But The finish is amazing, the texture is amazing, the formula is amazing, everything's amazing. I'm really excited because this is my first high-end foundation, so I'm pretty excited. So let me show you how the foundation was applied and everything, so you can see, you can kind of get an idea how if you haven't bought this product, you kind of get an idea how the product is gonna feel, how it's gonna look, how it's gonna end up. So let me show you. Please keep watching. So I'm gonna show you the coverage that this foundation offers. As you can see, I have redness, I have acne scarring, and I have I guess you could say dark circles because I have the brownish tint on my eyelid and my under eyelid. So usually when I have severe cases like this, I would just usually go in with my correctors and concealers just to correct all of this situation. But I want to show you the coverage that's capable of giving you. It gives a really good coverage, and I want to show you on camera so you can see, like, how it's applied, the finish, how it builds up. So I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna use today my e.l.f. powder brush. This is supposed to be a powder brush. It's supposed to be a powder brush, but I feel like it doesn't really work as a powder brush. It works as a foundation brush. I like the how flat it is, and how I just love the finish with this. And then I just go in with my beauty blender. Now I'm gonna wet my brush with Fix Plus, and I'm just gonna put 2 pumps on my wrist, and I'm just gonna go in with it. Of course, my face already moisturized and primed, so I'm just gonna go in with it. Now, like I mentioned, this is about 1 shade lighter than my skin tone. I never run into the warm side, so I just got a regular nude, but I think I should have gotten the warm nude because yeah, it kind of has like a cool tone undertone. So as you can see, it's covering up pretty much everything, which is my dark circles, my acne scarring, and my redness. So it has pretty good coverage. Just gonna go in with it. Now, I feel like if you put a second layer, it will cake up, because I have a lot of questions if it got cakey. If you put I'm not trying to say like a light layer, but at least 2 pumps in your face. If you go in with the 3rd pump, it might give you like a cakiness effect, unless you know how to blend really well. It might give you a cakey finish, but that's okay, because I mean, you could always fix that with your beauty blender, right? So as you can see, it pretty much covered. I know you can see kind of pink. I used a really intense super pigmented eyeshadow under my eyelid yesterday, and on my lower lash line, and it was so hard to come off. I used oil and everything, and it still left me like I'm high or something. So this is not part of my skin conditioner or anything. It's just like this really high pigmented residue, you could say, so it doesn't count, okay? But as you can see from the dark circles and from my acne scarring, it pretty much covered everything. Now this is from medium to full coverage, like I said, depending on how you build it. But I mean, the first time I used the foundation, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it because I just went ham with it. Like, I just put like, I think I put like 3 pumps on my hand, and I just went in with it and just caked up right here, and I didn't really like it. But I noticed that if you go in with like a really light-handed, it's not gonna cake up. So unless you know how to build foundation, then you could go with the second layer, I guess you could say. Otherwise, it is gonna give you a cakey effect. But as you can see, it looks like my skin. You see that glow? It looks like my skin. You guys, I look really high, huh? Do I? I do, huh? You can see it's pigmentation. Okay, don't think otherwise. Anyways, it gives as you can see, it gives a skin-like finish, because it gives you like, it's not dewy, but it gives you like that just moisturized glow. You know, like when you put a nice moisturizer and just it sinks in your skin, and that, you know, that feeling. That's the finish. That's pretty much the finish. Now, I had a few questions if this is good for oily skin. The foundation is oil free, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it doesn't help with it doesn't help to cooperate with avoiding the oiliness to come out, but it doesn't make it worse either. Like, it's just one of those foundations that, you know, they don't help, but they don't worsen the situation, but it gives you really nice coverage. And I love the finish. This foundation, as soon as this is the type of foundation I like for like those days that I just, instead of the BB cream, one of those is fine. Usually when I'm not in the mood of wearing a lot of makeup, I just go with the BB cream, a cream blush, some mascara, and that's it. And this is a good foundation. It's a good alternative for that. Now usually I'll just go in with my beauty blender, but that's because I will go in with like, I'll either put a little bit more in the spots where I need to. You see right there, it didn't fully cover my acne scarring, but it did make it better. The redness is gone. The circles around my eyes are pretty much gone, except for this purplish residue that I had from yesterday from the super pigmented eyeshadow I wore. But otherwise, it's full coverage. It is full coverage. If you know how to build it really well, it's gonna be good. But as you can see, if you would have severe cases of acne scarring, I would recommend for you to go in with your correctors first, and then go with the foundation. But that's only for severe cases. If you have mild case, it's okay. This could just be covered with a concealer or with some more foundation. So I hope you guys like my day. So what you guys think? It's a pretty good foundation, right? I mean, it's not like a life-changing foundation, but it is one of those good foundations that you could either use it for those days you don't want to wear makeup, or for those days that you want to go full face. So I do want to mention it did remind me of the Better Skin foundation. I'm not calling it a dupe because there is some difference, but it's kind of similar. It kind of reminded me of it, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to call it a dupe. Don't take me for, don't quote me on that. But I did feel like, the coverage, texture, the longevity, I kind of find it pretty similar. Like I said, I'm not trying to call it a dupe because it's not. But it's a really good foundation. If you're thinking of purchasing it, trying it out, I really hope you do. Please let me know if you do. Let's see if you like it. Like I said, I'm excited because it's my first high-end foundation that I've ever bought in my life. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this review. I really hope you guys found this helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.